What up, collegians? Welcome to your Sucker-Free Countdown, also known as OSTN News. I'm Rob Duns.
And I'm Jamie Wheeler. We're bringing you the scoop from college campuses across the country and into the UK.
Our top story this week, campus safety is a huge issue facing students today, with the shootings at Virginia Tech and Northern Illinois University feeding the unease.
University of Georgia's Sarah Huffman has the dish on one controversial way some students are ensuring their personal safety.
In the wake of the recent tragic death of student body president Eve Carson, campus safety has become a primary concern for students at UNC. For senior Aaron Stitzel, it's a time to take action.
I went home recently and began the application process for obtaining a concealed weapon permit. Just hit so close to home, being on our campus and knowing that it could be any one of my friends or myself, and just disbelief that something like that could happen.
It's illegal to carry concealed weaponry at UNC, but other traumatic shootings on college campuses, such as Northern Illinois and Virginia Tech, have students rethinking their safety. Students for Concealed Carry on Campus, or SCCC, is a group that has received national attention for its efforts to push legislation that allows concealed weaponry on college campuses. In February, the UNC chapter of SCCC celebrated a step forward when the North Carolina Student Legislature passed a resolution to support concealed carry on college campuses in North Carolina. If a bill presented by the SCCC about how to implement this process passes at the annual session, it will be in a form that the North Carolina General Assembly can directly debate and vote on. But there are still many students who wouldn't be comfortable with this type of action.
I don't think there's any benefit to it at all whatsoever.
I don't know. I don't think about it. It's just my life. It's regular day-to-day, whatever. It's just when events like the other week happen, you start questioning your safety. So
Utah and Colorado already allow concealed carry on college campuses, and several other states have similar legislation up for discussion. Could North Carolina be next? Stitzel believes that concealed carry could only benefit his safety and the safety of others.
I don't think it would make them worse just because of the processes you have to go through to actually obtain the handgun and be able to carry it in such a way. I think, if anything, it may make them safer. I think it's appropriate to make sure that law-abiding citizens have that right.
For the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, I'm Sarah Huffman, OSTN News.
The United Nations Foundation says young people today are vital to achieving public health goals abroad. And with malaria taking the lives of about 1 million people around the world every year, you can bet some students here in the U.S. are getting involved. Northwestern's Sarah Kamenecki has more from Washington.
College students have a lot going on these days: studying, socializing, and for some, saving the world. Verinda Rathod is part of a group of grad students at Georgetown, raising money to prevent malaria in Africa.
We're actually trying to raise $10,000.
The money goes toward Nothing But Nets, a United Nations Foundation campaign. This video from the group shows how insecticide-treated bed nets can ward off the mosquitoes that transmit malaria, a disease that kills more than 1 million people a year. Elizabeth McKee Gore directs Nothing But Nets.
We have just been amazed by the upwelling of interest from college campuses, and with the most creative ideas that we would never think of.
The ideas the Georgetown students came up with include a basketball tournament. David Hampton signed up.
So I'm doing something I really enjoy doing, and doing it for a great cause.
Christine Suhu is another member of the group. She says they've raised about $2,000 so far.
We have a restaurant night coming up.
Just by organizing things that students like to do.
We've had a bar night.
That's how college students here are working to help people there.
We're coming into a generation that really wants to see change. They want to be a world neighbor.
I mean, when you think about how many people it affects, and you think about, the bigger picture, I think it's worth it.
Thanks to blogs and web postings, campaigns like the one at Georgetown are now spreading to campuses across the country. From Northwestern University in Washington, I'm Sarah Kamenecki, OSTN News.
If you're interested in helping the cause, check out www.nothingbutnets.org.
Economic hard times are not making it easy to live on the cheap as a student. Columbia College of Chicago's Nicole O'Dyke has some advice for campus dwellers to keep their heads above water.
It's common for people to be told they need a college degree to succeed. 20-year-old Nick DeMario knew his higher education would come with a high price tag.
I had right around $6,000 in the bank going into college. And right now, after all said and done, I have right around $300 to my name.
This isn't uncommon. Yale University's Project on Student Debt says the average undergraduate student will leave college owing nearly $20,000. Recent college graduate Josh Lauderdale found himself in a similar situation. When debt started piling up, Lauderdale cut up his credit card in order to cut out unnecessary spending.
I looked at it as really, really difficult to keep up with all my student loans, my gas, my cell phone bill, and everything else. So the credit card was the easiest thing to cut out.
College students can be prime targets for credit card companies. Nellie May, part of the largest student loan provider, Sallie Mae, says the average undergraduate has more than $2,000 in credit card debt. That figure nearly triples for grad students. So whether it's credit card debt or student loans, experts say it's never too late for a financial plan.
You should write any charge that you put on that card in your checkbook. And you balance that with your regular checkbook statement so that you don't run out of funds. And if you do, you know exactly where you stand.
From Columbia College Chicago, I'm Nicole Odike for OSTN News.
Nellie Mae also found that students double their credit card debt and triple the number of cards in their wallets between the time they arrive on campus and graduation. When we come back, we'll take a quick trip across the Pacific to Hawaii and check out the latest in green digs.
Plus your campus countdown. It's going to be crazy. Don't go far.